Welcome along, everybody. We're back for the 100% action. We are here in Belgium tonight. Then looking forward to seeing this one getting underway. 0-0 wings are is the wild card, I should say, for tonight. Then for the drivers taking part. Then as well. Then of course after round 5, then which was Silverstone reversed, if you didn't notice. But we went backwards around Silverstone last week. Then. And in the in the drivers' standings, firstly, we've got Kieran leading the way. Then after a fantastic victory there as well, then and he got himself the top spot in the championship as well, the 122 points in, 101 for B Vestia there as well. In the Aston Martin now, actually. And Equaz then in P3 with the Racing Bull outfit on 72 points. Then we've got Tori then in P4. Then, of course, he's just been displaced by Equaz. And there we are. So he's sorry, down to P4. I've got all sorts of things going on at the moment, trying to get everything sorted, but hopefully we'll be able to get cracking. And people need to stop messaging me because I'm trying to do commentating at the same time. But I need to get Lewis into the lobby as well then, so I'm not sure whether he's going to join or not, but yeah, we'll see. But there we are then. We'll get ourselves started in just a moment's time then. Lewis then is currently P5 in the driver's standings, I should say, then in the McGrady's. Reflection in P6 in the Aston Martin. Then we've got Legend then in P7 for the Haas team. Then R2 Beat in P8. Then Kaz in P9 then. And Serious Mushroom rounding off the top 10. And hopefully we can get ourselves started in just a jiffy there as well. Then in the constructors, then Kick Sauber lead the way then with 152 points. Then we've got Mercedes in 135, and then we've got Alpine with 105 in P3 as well. Then 70 points for the Racing Bulls then in P4. Then we've got Haas in P5, Aston Martin in P6, then Ferrari P7, Red Bull in P8, then and McLaren and Williams in P9 and 10. Right, I am going to get on with it. Get the reserve in. So we've got some invites going out, but I'm not sure if Lewis is actually going to be joining us as well there. So we will get an invitation out to Venom then as well then, and hopefully we can get started in just a jiffy then. Sorry about this. We're having somebody having issues. Sorry, getting into the lobby at this moment in time. So yeah, we'll be able to crack on then in just a jiffy. Right. So let's see what we can do then. We're going to get started in just a moment's time as well then. We are just waiting for one more to jump into the lobby then, and we can crack on. And then we can start. This is literally it. So great stuff indeed. Right then. Why are we not starting? And more messages. Everybody message me because I'm so important, apparently. Not really, but there we go. So anyway, hopefully we can start now. Right then. Right, that'll do. And just need to get rid of all of these wonderful notifications and we can start. Brilliant stuff indeed. Great. Right then, we can start now. Belgium is underway. We are about to tick on to the qualifying. And of course, the wild card for tonight then, 0-0 wings. So everybody will be running in qualifying. And I think somebody just left there. Brilliant stuff indeed. Nope, we've got everything going. Yes, right then. We said we're running 0-0 wings then for everybody tonight then. So let's see how it's going to go then. Well, this should be fun. 0-0 wings from Housey, as he of course is jumping into reserve. Then it's Mr. Freeze. That's my name, and that's my name again, Mr. Freeze. Right then, mushroom there as well in the comment section. Vestia says wait 30 minutes then, and there we go then. As yeah, so unfortunately Vessi, I think, well, not unfortunately for him, I think he was at the rugby or something tonight. So yeah, he's going to be coming back then, but unfortunately missing the Belgian Grand Prix. Then Emerson podium from Ayrton. Constructors is wrong then, says Vessi as well then. I don't believe it is, but there we go. So there we are then. So there we are. Alex, can I commentate with you then? We'll have to sort something out for you on the next event then, of course. But there we are, loading in now then for qualifying. At least it's a dry qualifying for the drivers, as we're all into the session now as well then. Good stuff indeed. Right. Let's get started then with qualifying. A dry start to qualifying, which is always nice. Then we'll have to wait and see what the weather's going to be doing for the race itself, because 0-0 wings in the wet weather is not going to be too nice there. But we'll wait and see then if the drivers can give us an update on that one as well. And then we'll find out what's going on out in the paddock then, out in the field there for qualifying itself then. But nobody wants to come out of the pits just yet. So they're all taking their time then, coming out of the pit lane and getting themselves warmed up then for this Belgian Grand Prix. 44 laps of action, then the shortest in terms of number of laps on the calendar, I think. But of course, it is a long lap as well around the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Then Alpine then of Emerson Hilton is out on circuit then. He is reserving tonight then in place of Noise then as well then, isn't he? Because of course he had a fantastic debut then last week out in the Alpine. So we'll see what we can do then this, not this week, sorry, because it will be next week then when he's back. Hopefully then, rain in the race then, says Mushroom, goodness me. So there we go, we've got some rain in the race coming up then as well then. And that is that then. So we've got some wet weather on the way then. That's it then. Jamie, unfortunately, no, if we have to just crack on then, and we'll definitely sort something out here afterwards, after this race tonight then as well there. Right. Okay, so let's have a look and see what is going on out here then. Emerson's going to lead us away then for the first flying laps then of the session, heading through into Sector 3 momentarily there as well. But there we go. And we will wait and see then how it all plays out then. Of course, the 0-0 wings is going to be monitored sort of half by me and half by, if we're suspecting of people having issues, then we're going to just ask for their footage. He misses a wet race then, says Vessi then. I'm so annoyed, I can't believe, I'm so frustrated, says Lewis then. Unfortunately, then Lewis then not being able to get into the session then somehow. Yeah, we'll have to have a play around with that, Lewis, and see if we can. Well, I'm not sure what the situation is really, what the issue was there, but maybe keep trying to join. Then it will just be as a spectator for now, but at least it will mean that you can get yourself into the lobby then for future events as well. Then Emerson then starting off the lap. Then away we go. Let's see what it's going to be then from the Alpine machine. As how do we know everyone is on 0-0 wings in? Well, unfortunately, Mushroom, we can't see the Discord there, but we do have a way, so it's all good. But there we are then, heading up to Eau Rouge and Radion then for Emerson then on the first flying lap of the session. Then DRS activated as we head towards the where are we? The Fania chicane, isn't it? No, that's the wrong one now. Going purple there into Sector 1. Then, of course, he's the first driver on track to set a flying first sector. And let's see what he can do then throughout the rest of the lap as well then. Coming through down in towards the corner of no name. And this is where it gets to the esports line then. Is it going to take the esports line over the curbs then? Not quite. But he stays then nicely firmly on the tarmac as well then. Now into Pouillon then, flinging it in and hoping that it sticks. And it does stick as well then, making sure it don't go too wide on the track limits. And now into the depths of Sector 2 then, soon to finish off and start off the final sector now. Even in all from the True Geordie as well then. Thank you very much, True Geordie, for joining us. That is vintage, of course, if you didn't know. As 1 minute 15.8 from Emerson then in the second sector then. He's got one more sector to go then, powering to the line. Of course, he's got to go through this longest straight, or one of the longest back straights. It's technically not a straight, of course, because there is a corner involved in it. But very nicely done indeed. Then deployment all used then for the Alpine as we head into the bus stop chicane then to finish off the first flying lap then of the session. And I've took a screenshot, and during race I will show my recording. Then says Mushroom. And Emerson sets the 44.1 to set himself underway then in qualifying, or set ourselves underway in qualifying, I should say. What can Markey do then in the Williams? Then Markey is going to go with a 50.0, puts himself P3. Then Kaz has done a 43.0, puts himself ahead of both the Rebels then. 43.6 then from Justify, 44.0 as well then from Marsky then. Markey might have had an issue somewhere on that lap then, or he's got a lot of fuel on board, so potentially going again then. So he's had 2 runs at this one then, has Markey, and go for another attempt then along the back straight. Then Julian's done a 42.8, then he puts himself P1 then in the kicks out, but he is reserving in place of Kieran tonight then. As we head into the braking zone onto sector 2, then Equaz with a 43.7, Legend with a 43.2, then puts himself P3, then Markey then going through as Mad Max has done a 42.9 and puts himself P2, then splitting the top 2 pair of kicks out. Then as we go through the next part of qualifying, then Cam with a 43.7 puts himself on the 3rd row of the grid, then ahead of his teammate Equaz. Then Tori's gone with a 43.4 up to P5 then in the Williams, and that Golf livery looking fantastic indeed as we go through them. Glad Serious Mushroom made the race as well then, and Drunken Mushroom is a chatty mushroom then, says Serious Mushroom there. Good stuff indeed. As we've got yellow flags out. I think it's just for cars trying to get themselves back to the pit lane then. You can under-fuel a bit then, can't you, as Cam, and then cutting the corner and then going through the chicane a little bit, just to say the least, but there we go. It's all good. Liam with a 43.7, then P9, then Marsky with a 44.0, then puts himself P10. Daniel has got himself a 44.2, then in P12, then R2 beat a 48.0, and then I'm not sure that's his best competitive time, but maybe just get your time on the board. Then here comes Markey. Can he improve? He can, with a 43.5, puts himself onto the 3rd row of the grid then alongside his teammate then. So Kicksauber, Haas and Williams are looking pretty good in this one. So far, that is, of course, as we've got quite a bit of lappage to go then in qualifying. Then there's Equaz, they're coming back to the pit lane. That's Liam right behind him as well. Then into the pits comes Marsky. Then Emerson is trundling back to the pit lane, I should say. Then, but I think he's run out of fuel there, so he needs to make sure he gets himself out of the way of the Hasses, who I think are also coming back to the pit lane as well, to be fair. So that's all good. 5 minutes till rain in quali, says Mushroom. Then goodness me. So everyone needs to get themselves out there pronto, don't they? Then R2 Beat is harvesting energy, coming back to the pit lane, I think. Then for R2 Beat, then Housy's on a lap. Then Housy, of course, stepping into the Mercedes tonight. Let's see what he can do then in that what is it? Not lilac, cyan and silver machine, or the silver arrow, I should just call it, because it's a lot simpler. But there we go then. Here comes Housy then through Blanchimont corner then, and there's a bit of traffic building up in front of him as well. Then that traffic needs to get out of the way then of this car coming through. Then this is Housy then on a flying lap then as he gets himself through the bus stop chicane. Then there's a Williams. I'm not sure what that Williams is doing. That Williams could get disqualified if he stays there then. A 44.6 then for Housy, puts himself P15, and that Williams is Tory then. Tory's having issues on that. Oh dearie me, that could be a disqualification for Tory if he can he get himself back in the pit lane? Dearie me, what has happened there to Tory? Then he has gone, well, he's managed to get himself back in the pit lane, but an unconventional route, let's just say that then. Equaz then is on a flying lap then heading through sector 2. Then is there anybody further along the lap? Then I think Vintage might be there. Here he comes in towards Blanchimont now then for the true Geordie then in the McLaren. Then that pink helmet standing out against the orange, as we can see as well. Then I'm sure Shaw will be very happy with a pink helmet. There we go then. Vintage then into the bus stop chicane. Let's see what he can do then on his first outing tonight then into the second part of the corner then into the start finish straight then up to the line. It's P15 with a 44.4 and puts himself ahead of Housy and R2 Beat for now. Then R2 Beat is back out on a lap though. He's invalidated going through Pouillon then in the Alpine. Unfortunately, he's cost himself a lap then, unfortunately, with that one. Very costly indeed. Then Hungry Styles and Mushroom once again stuck in the pit lane. Goddard's unfortunately has invalidated his time, but he's got enough fuel, it looks like, and he's got enough battery for sure to go again then on the second attempt. Then he's on medium compound tyres though, so I'm not sure if he knows something that we don't potentially there, but never mind. As we go through the lap, R2 Beat then and Housy then on the way back to the pit lane. Then Vintage also trundling back to the pits as well. Then Equaz is starting off. No, he has just finished a lap. He has done a 44.7. Then has Equaz. Then he stays P8 for now. Then, but he is. I think he has just about improved on that previous time. I missed him coming across the line. Then never mind. R2 is a pimp, says Mushroom as well. Then fantastic. A lot of drivers causing yellow flags through the third sector. They're running out of fuel, I think, going through that final sector then to get themselves to the line. And That is what's costing. That's what's causing the yellow flags, I should say. Then there's Housey then doing a good job scampering off the track there, getting out of the way then of cars coming through. Then R2 Beat is once again on another lap. So this time we see what the Alpine machine can do at full pace. Then going towards sector 2. Then he is gaining time then on his previous delta. Then he's almost found 0.2 of a second, which is good stuff indeed. But I think he lost most of the time then in the next 2 sectors, or especially the last sector, heading through down the hill then into this right-hander, making sure you get the braking point right. Then is paramount then to getting a good turn in and a good corner exit as well then. And now on the corner of No Name then, going into the gravel a bit slightly on that right hand side, dipping the wheel in then, but it doesn't matter then. Now through Pouillon, can he keep it in track limits this time then? Yes he can, very nicely done indeed then from the Alpine machine. And now into the next of the, well, technically not chicanes, but they're almost like chicanes, because you go flying in then and you hope that it sticks, and then you've just got to go to the other corner, then turn left instead of turning right and whatnot, because that's what a chicane is really. But there we go, going through into sector 2. He has lost some time in sector 2 somewhere there, because he's now down on his delta then, but can you find the time then in this final sector then? This is where you can make up quite a lot of time then if you've got the battery and you've got the straight line speed, which they should do because they've got 0-0 wings. So there we go then, heading into the bus stop chicane deployment all used up for the Alpine. As we go into the braking zone, then there's a bit deep, then into the first part of the corner. That's going to compromise the exit onto the second part of the corner. Then up to the line, it's going to be, well, he stays P17 with a 45.4. Unfortunately for R2 Beat, then that's not where he wants to be then in the Alpine, which is a big shame indeed, because I thought he was going to improve by quite a lot. Then Kaz has gone faster still. Sorry, I missed it, Kaz. He's got himself onto pole position then with a 42.5. Fantastic then, but Julian displaced him then with a 42.4 then, only a few thousandths of a second in between the two of them then as well. Kick Sauber looking formidable here in Belgium for now, but well, that's Legend into the pit lane. I thought he was going to try and improve on that previous time, then justify up in P5 then, looking very good indeed in the Red Bull. What can Mad Max do about this as well? Then he's found 0.3 of a second in the first 2 sectors. That would put him ahead, potentially just about ahead then of Kaz, and if he can find a few more thousandths of a second, then he can find a pole position as well. Then as we go through the bus stop chicane, then let's see what Mad Max can do. Up to the line, it's going to be close indeed. Then it's going to be a 42.7. He stays P3, but he does find a lot of time then. It's only a few thousandths of a second. It's under a 1/10 of a second between the top 3, isn't it, as well? So that's pretty good stuff indeed. So very close indeed there, as we've got Justify then. He's coming through, but I think he's coming back to the pit lane. That feels like flashing away then. Marvsky then has finished his lap. Then he's 43.5, puts himself P7 here tonight then, looking good indeed. Marvsky on a, not Marvsky, Marquis, sorry, goodness me, has invalidated his lap time, unfortunately. Then he's going to have to come back round to the pits, and Cam's gone very wide then at Pouillon, but I think he already invalidated his time somewhere, so he's staying P10 for now. Then Emerson back out on circuit then is also harvesting fuel as well. He's on a 44.0 then for P12 as it stands. Daniel back out on circuit as well. Then he's cruising back to the pit lane as well. Then there's rain falling now. Then the rain has come then, as Mushroom was telling us there. Julian making me worry about my seat then as well then. Yep, he'll be replacing you then, of course, as soon as you leave. Don't worry. That's all good. Rain, says Equaz there as well then, as the rain has started to fall then, so potentially the rest of qualifying will be done and dusted. And of course, a long lap around here then, so unless you're on a flying lap already, it's not good news for this wet weather to be falling right now then, is it? As I don't think any drivers are on their laps. Well, then Justify's being bumped down to P2 then, because Tori's gone up to, where is Tori gone again then? Up into P4 then, splitting the Haas pair then for now. But I think, oh dear, Tori retiring on the track then. We're not allowed to do that, because that can be problematic for cars coming past. Hopefully it's cleared up before Legend gets there. No, Legend's retired as well then, never mind. Oh good, we can all just retire on track then, brilliant. Never mind then. I think a lot of drivers are retiring now as well, as they are realising that it is not the conditions they want to qualify in. Of course, they've already done the time in the dry, and going on the wet compound tyres then will not be able to help them in this session as well then, as Housey and Goddard's are out on track. But unfortunately, I don't think are going to be able to improve on their previous times, or find a time then to improve on, I should say, as a lot of drivers then retiring in the pit lane. So rain has fallen here in Belgium then, as everyone just getting themselves back to the pits and retiring, I think, there as well. Then same for everyone in the pits as well. Then all calling it a day. Then Equaz is going to start off another lap though. I'm not sure it's going to be a good timing then for this lap. Then DRS is still enabled at the moment there, to be fair, but whether it works out then, as Liam also retiring then in the pit lane. Then so qualifying is done and dusted with 3 minutes to spare pretty much, and that is that then. Kieran has said then, I'm here. If I'm here, I'm not retiring. Just it's raining in the race. I'm taking as much practice in the wet as I can. What? Okay. Yes. Equaz having a bit of a problem there, and I think that's just showing that these tyres are not the one to be. Then Equaz doing a bit of a drift show for us as we go through the last parts of qualifying, but yeah, unfortunately for Equaz and for Goddard, who were out on track, and Halsey as well, then I think Halsey returning to the pit lane as oh dear, Equaz has had a bit of a problem there. Halsey, as DRS has now been disabled then, so that is an indicator that it is a bit too wet out there as well. Then Equaz going for a spin once again. Then Lewis Riley has joined, but unfortunately a bit too late then as well. Then as well, we've got a couple of drivers still in the pit lane then, and Equaz then has retired on the track as well then, goodness me. Thankfully there is not much out there at the track as well then, because we've only got one car running at the moment, because it's all well, it's all done and dusted, I think, pretty much in qualifying here. The rain has fallen, and qualifying has been brought to an early end then as well then with this rain, because of course the dry compound tyres that they set their times on previously are not going to be very quick around this this circuit at this stage of the qualifying, I should say. Scrap, says Equaz then. Equaz then is had a bit of a difficult time on that lap, didn't he? He was drifting all over the place, but Equaz then P9, then Cam, then his teammate P10 in the Racing Bull outfit. Then Goddard then is on track then, and we've still got a couple of drivers still in the pit lane then who have yet to sort themselves out, but Mercedes and Ferrari then, we're looking at you, but there we go then. Goddard, I think, will probably just come back to the pit lane. He will do, and that will be qualifying done and dusted, and hopefully we don't have to sit here for another minute, but if we do, I will just ramble on about something or other. That is that then. Goddard is done and dusted in qualifying as well then, so we've just got a couple more to retire then, and we can get ourselves started for the race then. If it's going to be raining in the race then, that's going to be very spicy indeed. So there we go. So there we are then. So that is qualifying done and dusted. An early finish then from qualifying as well then. Julian and Kaz then P1 and 2 then for Kicksauer, then looking pretty formidable indeed. 18,000 of a second separating them in the end. Mad Max in P3 then, Tory in P4 then on the second row of the grid, then Haas then of Legend in P5 with Justify in P6 then, Marsky in P7, Markey in P8 then, Equaz P9 and Cam in P10 then, Liam and Emerson then on row 6. Then we've got Daniel and Venner then on row 7, Vintage and Halsey on row 8, R2 Beat and Styles then row 9, and Mushroom and Goddard's making up row 10. Kick on it then. Oh, they need to retire then. Well, there's no point in, well, there isn't really any point then in that sort of session where you, because the rain had started to fall then, with 5 minutes or so to go, then you're not going to improve your time, then they can retire in the pit lane and get themselves off the circuit, then get qualifying finished earlier as well then, so we can start off with the Grand Prix, which is going to be a nice dry start as well then, which is going to be fantastic. And there we go then. Mushroom was taking a bowel movement. There we go, I'll say it in a PG way. I've had to think about that one, but there we go. We got ourselves started then. Qualifying is done and dusted then. The grid is set then for the start of the Belgian Grand Prix. We'll just wait and see what the strategy is going to be then for the drivers as well then, and we can crack on. And of course 44 laps of action to unfold here tonight. Let's see what it's going to be then. Is it going to be a, well, we heard it was going to rain in the race actually earlier on, so potentially there's going to be interchangeable conditions in this Grand Prix as well then. That might make it a bit of fun with 0-0 wings, or not. So we'll wait and see then what the drivers are going to be up to as we get ourselves through this one as well then. But as it stands, it's going to be a nice dry start then. As it looks at the moment, but of course potentially after the formation lap it could start pouring with rain. We never know around Belgium. At least we're going to get some laps of racing here tonight then, unlike in real life. And away we are then for the formation lap as well there. Let's have a look and see what the strategies are saying then as well. Then we've got a mix of strategies out here tonight then to start off the Grand Prix. And both the top two then, Kick Sauber, are splitting the strategies as well then, so they are opting to start the pole sitter of Julian then on the medium compound tyres then, and Kaz in P2 on the soft compound tyres. So he's going to be pretty racy then compared to his teammate, I'd imagine, in the first few laps there for Kick Sauber. Interesting stuff indeed then. We'll wait and see if there was a late garage call then to switch those tyres around then in the paddock. But there we go then. Mad Max then in P3, then opting for the medium compound then, as is Tory, then as is his teammate Legend as well then. So there's a bit of a gaggle then of medium compound runners there, as Liam and Emerson have been disqualified. Brilliant stuff indeed. Right then. Good stuff. So Justify then on the soft compound tyres. I'm trying to read the comments, but I can't read. Justify then with P6, then soft compound tyres for him, but again, similar to the Kick Sauber, then Red Bull splitting the strategy then, but they're opting to start Justify in P6 on the softs, and Marvsky then on the mediums in P7 then. Marky's opted for the soft compound tyres in P8 for the Williams team, as Equaz then in the Racing Bulls, then opting for the soft compound tyres ahead of his teammate Cam, who's opting for the medium compound tyre as well there. Liam and Emerson have been disqualified, but they're opting to start with the medium compound, as is Daniel then in the Aston Martin in P13, then medium compounds for him on his ALR debut as well, I should say. Venom then opting for the hard compound tyres, so that's going to be an interesting call then from the Mercedes driver. We'll wait and see how that fares, as there's a few drivers then down the back of the order then who are starting on the hard compound tyres. Maybe they'll be sneaking their way through as we get through the stints as well. Then they will be, of course, pitting later than those on the softs and the mediums, you'd expect. Vintage on the medium compound in P15, Housey on the hards in P16, sorry, both Mercedes opting for the hard compound tyres. R2B going for the mediums then in P17, a difficult qualifying. Can you bring it back in the race? We'll wait and see then. Both Ferraris P18 and 19 then for the hard compound tyre as well, then, as is Goddard's then in the Aston Martin on those hard compound tyres as well. Right then. We are getting ourselves lined up on the grid then to start off 44 laps of racing action here then. Let's see how it goes in, as a few drivers having a few issues parking as well on the grid. But there we go, as they get themselves lined up now. And let's see the start, shall we? As oh dear, did I change that in time? I'm not sure. Right then. 5 red lights are on in Belgium then, and 5 red lights are off in Belgium. Away we go then, with a good start then for both Kick Saubers then. Of course, Kaz on the soft compound tyres, you'd expect to get a better start than his teammate. As we plough in towards turn 1, there's almost contact between the Hasses there then, as we filter through then. I think everyone, no, there's a Red Bull going for a spin. Who's that? That's Marvsky's gone for a spin there at the exit of the first turn then. Goodness me, there's all sorts of chopping and changing there, as both the Kick Saubers get away nicely as well then. Both the top 6, I should say, have got away nicely then. Marky is in a bit of a fight. There's somebody going wide then the top of the hill then, as we go through into the Kettle Straight there. And wow, what a start then. Kaz has got the jump then on his teammate on the soft compound tyres then. In the end, down the inside goes a Racing Bull then. That's Marky and Cam, I think then, as we head through the chicane then. There's more action in the background as well then. Housey's gone off, I think they're in the into the first chicane, goodness me. And Marky holds on to that P7 position then. Equaz has lost out to his teammate there. Cam has snuck through then. Emerson's gained 2 places as well then. What's happened down the back of the order then? We've had a few problems then for Marvsky and for Housey as well then. Is there damage for the Mercedes and the Red Bull? We'll wait and see. Marvsky's already caught up then as well then, but Housey's got some serious issues out there as well then. Marvsky seems to be all intact there, but Housey, has he got damage to that car then? I think it was going into the sector 2 chicane then, but he seems to be all right there, but unfortunately not doing too well on the start there, but hopefully he can get himself back underway then. Lewis Riley has left the session, but of course I'm very sorry to Lewis Riley then with those technical issues then that cost him his start in this race as well then, but hopefully it'll all be resolved for the next one. Kick Sauber's leading the way then, almost a second then to their next rivals then of Mad Max, then Tory and Legend, then Justify coming with them as well then, as we head into the bus stop chicane then. Any more moves to be made then? Oh, down the inside goes the that's Cam trying to make a move there, but Marky then covering him off on the exit there as well and staying P7. I thought it was the other way around then, but no, it's Cam going for the move. Then we've got Justify going for a move down the inside. There's contact between the Red Bull and the Haas, and that's opened the door for Marky to sneak through as well then, and who's this? And Cam, sorry, as well then, as we head down the hill then. Up the hill we go now. Then it's going to be tight indeed to try and go too wide through there then. But what an angle we've got through here then. Up the top of the hill then. Justify then. Cam and Marky then. And Legend all involved in this as well as we go through then. And there's no DRS for the Red Bull as we head to the line. And it's going to be a sneak there. All three of them sneaking ahead there and through there. And now Equaz trying to put his nose in the mix as well. Then goodness me, I thought that was going to be a contact there, but they managed to get themselves through without any issues as well. Then Venom picks up a penalty in all of that as well. Goodness me, I'm out of breath. Lewis Riley has joined them. There's no point rejoining, unfortunately, Lewis Riley. Then there is no seat to take then in this race unless you want to just sit there and spectate. But yeah, hopefully we'll get you back in. Well, we'll get you sorted for the next race for sure. But there we are then. So we'll justify making that move on Legend then has cost them both 2 places then to Marky and to Cam as well. Then Marky's now through it up into P5 then. He's got a bit of a gap to his teammate then in P4 to try and close in then with the aid of some DRS. Then it's going to be very powerful around here as well then. But there we go then, a good start then for Kick Sauber then. They are trying to pull away then from the rest of the field then. Can they pull away from the rest of the field then is the question there. We've got more moves then. There's Equaz and Justify have switched places then, and there's an Alpine then. That's Emerson sneaking through as well then. Justify is not having a good first few laps in this race unfortunately for the Red Bull then. That move was a bit ambitious then I think on Legend down the inside into La Source, and that's cost him. It's cost him quite significantly as well. He's gone deep then as well, then into the bus stop chicane, and now he's got to get himself out of the way of Liam, who's coming through. Then Daniel's also looking to try and make a move as we go through here as well. Then Vintage and Daniel side by side heading into La Source. Who's going to be the late breaker then? Daniel's got the inside line then and looks to hold on to the position for now then. Good stuff indeed. Well, this is interesting to say the least then. Let's have a look at the let's get the telemetry up as well. We need to make sure we're looking at all the top speeds as Julian takes the lead then into oh goodness me, I thought Kaz was going to go into the back of him then. Mad Max has dropped off then as well. Then Tori then is just about holding on to that DRS then of P3 Mad Max, but Cam has got himself past Marky then up into P4. P5 I should say. Goodness me, there's too many positions going on around here, but there we are then. Marky then down to P6 and Equaz into P7, Legend then in P8 then. Of course he's just been overtaken by Equaz I should say after the shenanigans there as well. Then Emerson then jumping around there, but he seems to be into, oh dear, Emerson got some issues with his internet it looks like, but he's running comfortably in P9. He's gained 3 places then on his rivals as well. Then Liam up into the top 10. Justify then unfortunately then having a bit of a difficult start to this race. Maybe those soft compound tyres just aren't working for the Red Bull driver. Then we'll wait and see if he goes for an early call, then early switch to a different compound then later on in this race. Then R2B up into P15. He's back into the points paying positions now of course then, but is now looking to try and chase down Venom for that P14 position. Then Venom, the only driver so far with a penalty at the moment I should say, but he is but he is, of course, we are expecting that there'll be more penalties to rack up then throughout the Grand Prix then as the track limits gets abused. But there we go. So out in front then, Kaz is starting to struggle. Then R2 Beat has had an issue. What's happened to R2 Beat then at the bus stop chicane? Then he's had an issue then as R2 Beat, but he's back underway, and he's lost out then to the Ferraris, to Goddard and to Marsky for all of that then, but he's got himself back underway. Then he's still within the DRS of the quintet ahead of him then as well then. Right, back to this one then as well, because we go through then into sector 2. Drivers then going through nicely enough indeed then. Mad Max starting to reel in. Kaz starting then potentially those soft compound tyres for Kaz have started to drop off then in this race then already. And Lewis has only been spectating. Good stuff indeed. And Vessi has just arrived home. Fantastic. You want to spectate as well? Everyone just go to spectate mode and watch this race then, because it's been a action-packed first 3.5 laps now as we head through then into the depths of lap 4. Mad Max definitely catching up now, so potentially those soft compound tyres have been burnt through then, or they've just reached a drop-off point slightly there. Potentially they'll come back to us. We'll wait and see. But Mad Max then is driving madly to get in that 1 second window, and Kaz has dropped out of the DRS then of his teammate for now, which is going to be problematic because Mad Max is going to try and make that move for P2 with the aid of some DRS. Then if he can keep that 1 second gap there, Cam in P5 then is holding back Marky. Then Marky I think maybe starting to struggle. the soft compound tyres as well, then as is Cam's teammate Equaz potentially. We'll wait and see then if there's going to be any early stops around here then, but as we go through then onto lap 5, the gap's still over 1 second for Mad Max then as we go through La Source. Then the lock up then for Kaz. Those soft compound tyres are not going to be thankful about that then, I'm sure. As we power down the hill then, Kaz just trying to keep within the DRS then of Julian as we head up the hill, and I think he has done then. He's dropped Mad Max out of that 1 second window. Tori could be lining up a move then for P3. Let's see what he can do here then as well as we head to the DRS line, then head down that Kemmel straight. Then is he going to get close enough then to make the move? I think not then, unfortunately, on this occasion that is. But Tori then waiting in the wings then as we go through the rest of the lap as well then, and Marky then, I think Marky just trying to do the same sort of thing and use the medium compound tyre runner ahead of him to pull him along then on those soft compound tyres, because they're not going to be the best shape, I should say, at this point then, potentially compared to the medium compound. Then Hungry Stars making a move for P14 then on those hard compound tyres. So he is now the highest runner on the hard compound tyres as well then, so that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out then in terms of the strategies here. Hungry Stars got a bit of a gap to make up then on Vintage, who's running in P13, looking very comfortable indeed as well, as we head through the rest of this lap then through Pouillon. Then Justify, we've got a yellow flag out there then, that's R2B. R2B had an issue, he's going on a different route then as R2B. He's back on ahead of Housey then, but unfortunately for R2B then, it's not been a good start to this Grand Prix then. Hopefully he can collect himself and get himself back underway then, and at least get himself back in the points paying position. We'll wait and see then. Lap 5 then, soon to be lap 6 as we head through Blanchimont now to finish off the fifth lap of the Grand Prix then. And this man here, Julian, has been quite comfortable. He did lose the lead on the start there to his teammate, but since the medium compound tyre switched to be the more favourable tyre than the softs, then he has powered along then. And Kaz, I think, has just dropped out of the DRS window as well then of his teammate. Then that could open the door for potentially Mad Max or potentially Tori to try and sneak in there as well then on their medium compound tyres. Then we'll wait and see there, but the DRS has been broken by Julian. He is out in the lead then. He is looking comfortable at this stage, and well, there we go. As we head through the top of the hill then of Eau Rouge and Radian on lap 6 then, here comes Mad Max, and Mad Max is now within the 1 second window of Kaz. Then the soft compound tyres may be good on the first couple of laps then, but unfortunately around here then they die off quite quickly it seems, as Legend is back past Equaz now. Now Legend on the medium compound tyres can start to make ground on those on the softs ahead of them as well. And back up into P7 for Legend, and now chasing down Markey is his next target. Then Daniel's got a penalty then going through the first chicane. Then unfortunately then he's right behind Justify trying to get that 11th spot as well. Then penalties then will start to roll in as we go through the Grand Prix, so it's not all done and dusted just yet there. But yeah, like I said, Lewis said he's very frustrated as well with that. I'm very sorry, Lewis, that you couldn't get yourself into the lobby there as well. And it's just well, connections. Who'd have them? Right then, Liam then has got another penalty as well, then going through Pouillon, and there we go, P10 then. So we've got 3 penalties out there so far in this race then. We need to see who's going to be next to make the moves then. R2B is bringing Housey along then on the attack then, trying to get himself past Goddards is his next target then for P18. Out in front, the gap now 2.3 seconds then, so blimey then, that has been a pretty good lap then from Julian, as Dale Justify's had a problem then. I think Justify then at the heading into sector 3, that curb can spin you, can't it then? Justify's got away with it. No, Kaz is in the pit lane, so I was going to go back to that then, but Kaz then in the pit lane. Justify then having that spin then has got himself back underway. Don't think there's any damage for the Red Bull driver, which is good news indeed, but will he think about a pit stop here then as well? Then we've got Kaz in the pits, so Kaz is opting for something. Let's see what it's going to be. And it's going to be hard compound tyres then going on the kick sour there for the next stint then, and he is going to filter out then in a bit of traffic I think here as well then. Goodness me, he might be just behind the Red Bull then of Justify then. Justify's carried on then, same for Equaz, same for Markey then. They're the only 3 on the soft compound tyres remaining there, as goodness me, down the hill we go then. Ferraris then, there's a Red Bull, there's a Mercedes, and there's a kick sour of Kaz then. He is just ahead of them and by over a second I believe. So that's going to be good news indeed, because he doesn't want to be under attack from this gaggle of cars coming at him as well then. Heading through then, here comes Marsky then on the medium compound tyres then. He's up into P14 then, heading into the first chicane, and both Ferraris almost collecting each other as well then through the corner there. But of course they're on the hard compound tyres then. Marsky's on the medium compound tyre. We've got Kaz then, who is well, Kaz has had a bit of a difficult first chicane there, because he's now got himself caught up into this battle then. But of course he is on the fresher tyres. But Kaz doesn't want to be brought into a fight then with the Red Bull, the Mercedes and both the Ferraris as well, then heading through Puyol now. He's going to have to try and get his foot down here, but of course he has now got, like I said, he's got the freshest tyres. Then Venom unfortunately got a penalty then through Puyol as well. Then I think that that is where cars seem to be picking up the warnings then, because they're going a bit too wide then through that section of the track. Then Julian leads the way by 3 seconds then between Mad Max then and Tori then, who are currently in the podium places. And of course Kaz was in a net podium, or is in a net podium place, I would expect, because he has made his pit stop as it stands. But there we go then, heading through onto lap 8. Then we go flying through very nicely indeed so far in this race then. I might have jinxed it by now then, but Marquis and Equaz are staying out still as well then, so they don't want to call it on the soft compound tyres just yet. Then Housey and Goddard are switching places here for P19 and 20. Housey up into P19. R2 Beat is up in P18 now, I should say then. But he's now trying to catch up to this pack then. And of course, with Kaz then making that pit stop, he's also got himself involved in this pack as well then. But Marsky then trying to hold on to the DRS there of the recently pitted Kick Sauber. Then can he do it then? Because that will help him defend from Venom, defend from Mushroom, defend from Styles, and soon to be defending from R2 Beat as well, as there is the Alpine heading up the hill. But I think, yeah, he didn't get it then. So Marcy's got his fuel light flashing as well, then goodness me. I don't think he got it there, but Kaz has been harvesting energy or something down that main straight, because he has not been able to get away from Marsky there as well then, as we head through now into the next right-hander as well then, into sector 2 I should say, goodness me. But Kaz then is now going to be putting himself under pressure, I think, here from the Red Bull as we go through into sector 2. Right then, Emerson now catching up then on the medium compound tyres. He's caught up to Equaz then, who's starting to struggle on those soft compounds, I think, there as we go through into sector 3 now. And Emerson may be thinking about a move then very soon for that P7 position, and he's still having a few jumping moments out there, is Emerson. So hopefully his internet holds on then as well then. So far so good then as well. Their Legend then on the back of Marquis, or I should say, then heading through into the bus stop. Then is he going to go for the inside? He is going for the inside. He's made the move, and he is up into P5 there, passing Marquis, but Marquis stays out as well then. So Marquis then is going to try and soldier on in this race then. Emerson, no, not Emerson, sorry, Equaz is into the pit lane. And calling it a day at the end of lap 8 then, on to lap 9 then on those soft compound tyres. Will that mean Justified going to follow him in? No, not quite, because I've Justified going to soldier up on those softs, as is Marquis as well then. So now only 2 runners left on the soft compound tyres then. Kaz has caught up now to Justified, and potentially looking to power past then with the aid of some DRS then as they head down the Kemmel straight then. Let's have a look and see further up the order then if there's going to be any shakes and moves, or movers and shakers I should say really. But Legend then passing Marquis then is up into P5 then, now chasing down Cam as his next target as well here then. Vintage and Daniel are switching places then into sector 2, and Vintage up into P9 then, passing the Aston Martin for now. Justify has been passed by Kaz as well then. Kaz now a bit of clearer air then ahead of him, 2 seconds, then the gap then to his next challengers there as well then. Equaz out of the pit lane in P18, is on his medium compound tyres, and he's just passed Housey then with the aid of some DRS I think there as well then, into the first chicane. Then you've got Housey and Goddard then, who are having a battle on the hard compound tyres then, going longer in the first stint in this Grand Prix as well. So we'll wait and see then how that plays out in the rest of the field as well, or throughout the rest of the field in terms of the strategies as well. Lap 9 now, we've got Julian then scampering away then. He's got a 4-second gap then as it stands then. Our race leader, our pole sitter as well then, of course, looking quite comfortable at this stage of the race then. But what will happen next is the question then. Well, it's always the question, isn't it really, until the checkered flag. But Julian then on to lap 10 now as well then, steaming away then as it stands there. But of course we'll wait and see then, will it come back to the Haas, will it come back to the Williams there as we go through the rest of these laps then. 34 laps to go here in Spa. And Tori then is waiting patiently, I think, there behind Mad Max for a opportunistic move potentially there as well. Then Legend then has just about caught up then to Cam then with the aid of the DRS. Then Marquis dropped out of that 1 second window. Potentially that would mean that maybe an indicator for Marquis to maybe think about those soft compound tyres, or getting rid of those soft compound tyres I should say. as we head up the hill. Then Legend all over the back almost of no, he's not. There we go, then into sector 2. No moves made for Tori. Then is there going to be a move made for Legend then as we head through here as well there? No, not quite. Then he stays in P5, but he's now caught up a bit more closely then to Cam for P4. 5 seconds back from the podium places is Cam for the time being, that is, as Kaz now has got Daniel to try and pass as well as we go through into sector 2. Then there's moves further back then as we've got Mushroom making a move. Then we've got I think Marsky making a move on his teammate then as well. Then Justify struggling on those soft compound tyres, but he's trying to eke them out for as long as possible then to potentially have a better second half or second 3 quarters of this race. Almost a quarter way through, but Mushroom then up into P14, then Ruthless Venom, then P15, Hungry Styles. Then we did see Hungry Styles then getting ahead of Venom earlier on in this race, but unfortunately he's dropped back there. Not sure what happened there to Styles there, but he's now P16 right in the middle of this pack. Then Equaz and R2 are in a bit of a fight as well. Then Equaz of course has just pitted for the medium compound tyres then, and they are catching up to this pack as well. Then they're all on hard compound tyres. Equaz is going to have to fight his way through here, and that might be a bit of a challenge then as well. Not extra challenge for the race ball driver as well, I should say. There we go then. Kaz now all over the back of Daniel as we head towards the bus stop chicane then, but of course now Vintage is in the battle as well then for that P9 position. Then Kaz has made his pit stop for the hard compound tyres. Into the pits comes Marky. Slowing it down just in time then. Kaz has passed Daniel then into the bus stop chicane. Then that's going to make his move on Vintage a bit easier then, because trying to pass 2 cars then with the aid of DRS as well then is going to be quite difficult as well. Then where is Marky? Then Marky is Justifies also in the pit lane as well. Marky is stopped on his marks then. He's on to a medium compound tyre and away he goes. Justify the same as well then into the pits for Red Bull, calling it down those soft compound tyres. It was an interesting call then to start on the soft compound tyres. Hard compound tyres going on for the Red Bull driver of Justify. Market has come out behind R2 right behind R2 because R2 has just been passed by Equaz as well then, as we head over the hill. Then Vintage has been passed by Kaz. There's a gaggle of cars, look at them all go then down the Kemmel Straight, then heading towards sector 2. Then is there going to be any moves though is the question then. Ferrari and Mercedes side by side then, and Red Racing Bull, sorry, of Equaz trying to sneak his way through past the Ferrari of Styles there, goodness me. But they made their way through, I should say, then unscathed, although have they? Because Venom has gone for a move round the outside, then Equaz trying to hold it down the inside, and now it turns to the outside for the next corner. There's a bit of contact, I think, there, but they've got themselves through. Brilliant stuff indeed from Equaz and from Ruthless Venom as well then. But here comes Hungry Styles sneaking his way through, then into Pouillon, then up into P14. Oh dear, Marky and R2 Oh, R2 beats off the circuit, then he's back on quickly enough though, but I think there might have been a bit of rubbing then from the Williams and the Alpine. But I'm not sure if R2 going to be very happy about that then. So we go through the rest of this race then. Venom then as well, then holding on to the final points paying position. Then, oh dear, where's he going there? That looked very wide then from the Mercedes coming out into sector 3 then. And what is happening? Mushrooms all over the place as well then, as Equaz goes through then into Blanchemont and up into P12 now then for the Racing Bull driver as well. They're good stuff indeed. Marsky is next target then, of course, out of the top 10 at the moment. Top 11 I should say. Then only one has pitted, that is Kaz then here on the soft compound tyre, medium hard compound tyre, goodness me. Marky has passed Venom as well then into La Source then. Now next target then is the Ferrari pair then, if he is close enough then, but he might have lost DRS then on that making that move as well then, so no, he might have just got himself back in now as well. Ignore me right there, good stuff indeed. It's pretty much, you can ignore me for whatever I'm saying there, I'm just rambling here. Then here comes Equaz then with the aid of some DRS then. Can he get himself past the Red Bull then, the sister team trying to overtake the brother team, I don't know what it's called, the other one. So there we go then, but he can't get himself past then into sector 2 there. Good stuff indeed from Marsky then. A stout defence is what he needs there as well then. 5.5 seconds the gap out in front then between Mad Max and Julian. Then Tori then waiting in the wings, and he is just about within the DRS then. He just dropped out of it. Kaz has picked up a 3-second penalty then going through Pouillon then as well then, as Equaz has passed Marsky into the same place. Is he? Yes, he has. He's made it stick then. Marsky then making sure that he didn't go too wide as well there. But Equaz up into P11. Marky then is now caught up to the Ferraris then, and Marsky as well then, as we go through then into sector 3 on lap 12 then. So far so good then. Venom then holding on then, P16 for the time being. Then Howsey, RTB, oh dear, what was that? that was some debris kicking up there as well. Then I'm not sure if it came off Halsey then, or if it came off his teammate Vedder there as well. Then as we headed through there, then there was some polystyrene that was flying all over the place there. No, they're all right for now then, as we crack on then through Blanchimont now with Markey then trying to get himself past the traffic there. Of course, they have yet to pit in this race. Then Markey has pitted and gone for the medium compound tyres. Then, oh dear, that Ferrari of Mushroom then having a bit of a problem then through the first stop chicane, it looked like. And Styles, I think, almost went into the back of him. Then Markey then on the fresh tyres is going to power past then up into P14, down the inside into La Source. And a bit of contact there as well. Then into the pits comes R2B. He is calling it a day then on his medium compound tyres as well there. So he'll drop to the back of the field, but of course he'll have the freshest tyres of the field as it stands as well then, as we head through into the Camel Straight once again. Then we've got Serious Mushroom and Markey, and then Markey is powering past then with the aid of the fresher tyres as well. Then Mushroom then isn't going to defend that too hard, because of course it's not in the same race as it stands at the moment, I should say, with Markey then. And of course Mushroom on the hard compound tyres is running his own strategy then, his own race. Markey then has already made a pit stop then, but of course now on the medium compound tyres there as well, then going for a quick stint as well in the softs, then mediums as well there for Markey then. And of course he will be very quick at the start then. Will it capitalise towards the end of the Grand Prix is the question, as next target is Marvsky then. Markey and Marvsky then, goodness me, and my tongue's already tied as it is then trying to commentate as a normal commentator, but yes, we're trying to commentate Markey and Marvsky then having a battle, then it's going to be very difficult indeed. We'll get back to that one then. Lap 13 then is underway. No, lap 14 is underway, sorry, I can't count. And Tory then he's just about still within the DRS then of Mad Max, then is pulling himself along then with the aid of that DRS. Legend then the same then on the back of Cam then as we go through into lap 14. Emerson up into P6 now as well, then with the pit stops being made then by a few drivers ahead of him. God, I'm losing my voice already then. Liam and Kaz then are in this pack as well then behind Emerson. And of course Kaz has made that stop for the fresh hard compound tyres then. They must be, I'm sure, the better tyre then compared to the medium compound at this stage of the race then. But Kaz, can he get through them with the aid of some DRS then as we go towards the Camel Straight, heading through now? And well, he's going to be getting close, I should say, but he's not going to be close enough, I don't think. Then can Liam make a pass then for P6 there? Emerson, oh dear me, just into the braking zone then, just in time as well there, as Liam, oh dear, Liam's gone scampering off. He's under pressure now from Kaz then as we go through the rest of the chicane then, and now into the depths of sector 2 then. Can Kaz go for a late move into the braking zone? No, he stays behind for now. And of course biding his time then. Liam having a bit of an issue on the curbs then. He's almost drifting it round the corner there. Fantastic, that was great car control, to be fair, making sure that you didn't scamper off then or spin the car. Then here comes Kaz now then down into Pouillon corner then. He has made the move and up into P7 now as well. The next target is Emerson. He's going to chase him down then on his fresh hard compound tyres. Then Daniel then into P10. Equaz is putting the pressure on now. Of course Equaz is on fresher tyres as well there. Markey and Marvsky have sorted themselves out, and Markey is up into P12 then, of course, on the slightly fresher tyres as well then. So he's got 2 lap younger tyres than Equaz, who both pitted for the medium compound tyres earlier on in this race. Both started on the soft compound tyre as well then, so they'll have to wait and see then how they're going to fare then. As into the pits comes Mad Max, and Mad Max from P2 is calling it a day then after 14 laps on his medium compound tyre. Then is that an early call? They'll wait and see. Everybody else seems to be staying out on their medium compound tyres, so potentially an undercut coming then for the Haas team. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see quite a while. Then as we've got more problems, no, not more problems, we've got more pit stops then. Vintage into the pits as well then for McLaren, getting off those medium compound tyres. And where will Mad Max filter out then? It's going to be close between himself and Liam. And Liam has snuck through for P7 there, but in doing so, I think that that Mad Max is going to have some DRS there to get himself back past. Here comes Kaz on Emerson then. He's got some DRS to play with as well then as we head down the Camel Straight then. He is up into P5, sorry. Mad Max with the aid of some DRS as well then has got himself up into P7. And of course now on the freshest tyres of the field apart from Vintage, as Goddard has passed Vintage there as well then down the hill. on the exit of the pit lane. Then serious mushrooms past Marski. Then there's all sorts of action. I can't keep up with this. Marski's in a bit of a Ferrari sandwich now as we go through into lap 15. How's he passing his teammate then for P15? Then we've got Vintage. Can he close in then on these fresh medium compound tires? He can't quite get past the Aston Martin of Godos, who's holding on and are doing a stout defence as it stands as well then. Great stuff indeed. Right now, Julian leads the way still by 8 seconds now then after Mad Max making that pit stop then. Tori in P2 is 8 seconds away then in the Williams then as well. There Cam then 6 seconds further back then, but now into the podium places. Of course, yet to pit then are the top four, with Legend then in P4 chasing down Cam for that P3 position as it stands then, but of course it's not a net position, as the top four yet to pit in this race then. Emerson yet to pit as well, now under pressure from Mad Max as well as we go through into Blanchimont now to finish off lap 15, soon, well, on to lap 16 now, is the race leader. Are we going to see any more pit stops here then as the top 7? No, is Liam coming in? No, Liam's staying out as well then. So the top 8 then are carrying on then. Equaz, of course, and Markey will carry on then. They're on fresher tyres. We've had a move then. I think Styles passing Marsky for that P13 position, and he is up into P13. He will need to get himself within the DRS there of his teammate Mushroom then to protect from the overtake along the Kennel Straight. Then that Red Bull is going to be pretty quick and trying to get that place back. Then Goddard is into pits, then coming off those hard compound tyres to finish off that stint. Then Mad Max has passed Emerson then along the Kennel Straight with the edge of some DRS, then up into P6 now then on his hard compound tyres. And Markey passes Equaz. So Markey then was a couple of seconds behind Equaz after he got through all the traffic then, but he's caught up then to the Racing Bull driver then, and now putting the pass then as well then into sector 2 then on lap 16 is up into P9 then on the 2 lap fresher tyres than Equaz as well then. So that's going to be promising stuff indeed for his next part of the stint. Styles then is up into P13 then, with both the Ferraris then are working together. It seems they're almost joined at the hip in this race. They've done a fantastic job then getting themselves into the points paying positions. Howsey then in P15, Venom then right with his teammate as well. Then there's going to be some strategic calls down at Mercedes then of who's going to be pitting first and what the strategy is going to be down there. Vintage onto the medium compound tyres will be catching up then very quickly indeed. Justify onto the hard compound tyres as well there for the Red Bull driver. So we'll wait and see then how it plays out for him as well. Then R2 opting for the mediums as well then is trying to play catch up unfortunately in this race then after a difficult first part of the Grand Prix. And Goddard of course has just pitted from the hard compound tyres to the medium compound tyres as well then. So we'll see if he can set some pace as well then. There's the rundown on lap 17. So good stuff indeed. We're almost at the halfway point. We've been flying through this race. So fair play indeed then to all the drivers then putting on a fantastic show here in Spa. Markey sets the fastest lap of the race then. Markey has caught up to Liam then as we head into last source then. Of course Liam yet to pit in this race as well. Then he's got 10 lap younger tyres has Markey compared to the McLaren, compared to the Alpine ahead of him as well then, powering down the hill. Oh my goodness me, then it's going to be side by side through here. Then that is not where you want to go side by side through there. But somehow they've both got themselves through then. Liam has lost the place to Markey then, but he has managed to keep the car on the track as well then. Fantastic. Equaz going, can he sneak through as well then on Liam then as we head into the braking zone? Then of course these two ahead of him now have just made their pit stop, have previously made their pit stops. So we'll have much better tyres than the McLaren at this stage of the race. And although the McLaren is quite good at holding on to its tyre life as well in the game, but compared to other cars I should say. But there we are. Right then, Markey then trying to get himself up into P7. Next is target is Emerson Hilton, 44, who is running his. Well, he's still jumping about. He's running his race in P7 at the moment. Then of course yet to pit as well. Then just like the top four. And like Liam and Daniel then in P10 and 11. And of course, to be fair, the Ferrari boys in P12 and 13. But they're on the hard compound tyres, so they will be going a bit longer than we would expect than the medium compound tyres. So there we are. Heading now into Sector 3 then. Sector 3 is complete for Julian, who's leading the way then by 9 seconds now. And he's on to lap 18, heading through last source then. Here comes Tori then in P2, then he's 10 seconds behind as it stands there. There is Cam and Legend then once again carrying on their fight then for the final podium place as it stands then. Markey has passed Emerson into the bus stop chicane. And, oh dear. as Emerson then I think was being passed by Markey. He could be under pressure now from Equaz as well as we head through then onto lap 18. Mad Max then is 3 seconds behind Kaz. Kaz has got 9, no not 9, I can't do the maths, 8 lap older tyres than Mad Max as it stands, but both on the hard compound tyre after pitting early from the soft, no it wasn't from the soft compound tyre from Mad Max was it, so never mind, ignore me on that one. Emerson has stayed within the DRS of the Williams and Markey heading through then, just got back home now. Right then, well you were longer than half an hour then, so that's not good enough. So there we go then, but there we go, Emerson, Vess here is back now from his rugby trip. Yeah, Emerson seems to be having a few technical issues out there then, as it stands it, as, oh dearie me, Ferrari then through, then passing the Aston Martin of Daniel then into Sector 2, then Mushroom making the move, very nice indeed with the extra DRS then as we go through, then I think, oh dearie me, I thought Styles was going to go to the back of the Aston Martin there as well there, but no, not quite. He has held station, then has Daniel then holding on to that P12 position for now. Great stuff indeed. Equaz then is on a charge as well. Then Legend then holding on to that DRS window from Cam. We've got Equaz now trying to get himself past Emerson, then who's got much older tyres than the Racing Bull right behind him. Then, but he's holding on stoutly indeed. Unfortunately, they've lost 2 seconds to Markey though as well, because Emerson was trying to hold on to that DRS, wasn't he there? As they headed through onto lap, as we head through onto lap 19. Is there going to be any more pit stops at all? Then anybody deciding to call it a day? Cam is deciding to call it a day then on his medium compound tyres then, so he's into the pit lane now and just about getting that car slowed down indeed, just in time, but now Racing Bulls are calling it a day on the medium compound tyres for Cam. Where will he filter out is the question. Then Markey and Emerson will go through, as will Equaz as well. Then Equaz making that move then into La Source and up into P7, then he's got the outside line I should say then. And he has got the move done and dusted as well there. Good stuff indeed then. Cam in the pits then. He will be filtering out. It will be close indeed between himself and Serious Mushroom. Mushroom there in the P11 now is going to be just out of that 1 second window. So Cam then is filtered out then in just the right spot, I think, for Cam, because he didn't want to be caught up with the DRS then to Mushroom there, so he's just got himself out in the right place there as well. Then Daniel then has been passed by Hungry Styles. We're looking to fight back then as we go down towards the Sector 2 line, but not quite. There's not enough straight then for Daniel, unfortunately there, but fair play indeed. Keeping up the fight then on those old medium compound tyres then. Marvsky then in P14. Housie P15, then Venom in P16, Vintage in P17, then just trying to fight back now on their fresher tyres as well. Then same for Justify, same for R2 Beat and Goddard's as well. Then everybody's still in this race as we go through lap 19, soon to be lap 20. Then Kaz has caught up now to Legend. Then Kaz on the fresher hard compound tyres. That gap coming down though between Kaz and Mad Max in the background there. Maybe Legend's going to do some teamwork to try and hold up Kaz then for his teammate as well then, and promote Mad Max in the podium places, and when they've all made their pit stops as well, we'll wait and see. But Kaz then chasing him down through Blanchemont now then into the bus stop chicane. He's getting closer and closer here then as we head into the braking zone now. Then Kaz almost into the back then of the Haas as we go through here then, and what's happened? Into the pits comes Tory, then into the pits comes Legend as well then. So Mad Max will claim back that podium place. Tory then into the pits as well then for Williams. He's going to call it down his medium compound tyres then and switch to the sort of hard compound tyres there for the Williams team. He will come out then in, where will it be then? It'll be close between himself and Liam. Liam yet to pit in this race as well, and he's doing a great job on those medium compound tyres. He'll filter out in P6 then. Where will Legend filter out is the question. Then it's going to be very close between himself and the Ferraris then, as down the hill we go then. He is going to be just ahead of Serious Mushroom then, but Mushroom's going to have some DRS to play with as well as we go up the hill, well, over the hill, and then along the Kemmel Straight then. So 2 seconds there, the gap, no it's not 2 seconds, sorry, it's a bit more than that. But I think Legend then burning the battery to try and stay ahead of the Ferraris, then heading through into Sector 2, and if he can do, then that will keep him quite safe as well then as well. Of course, he's on much fresher tyres than the Ferrari pair as well then, but the Ferrari's doing a good job then on this stint as well there. Cam then onto the hard compound tyres 1 lap ago, then has now got himself a bit of a gap then to Legend. Of course, they were right behind, Legend was right behind him before the pit stop phase, so the undercut did work in the favour then of the Racing Bull driver. Then he's got 1 lap older tyres to prove for it as well there, and catching up now to Liam as we go through Pouillon corner then on lap 20. Right then, what's the gap between for a pit stop around here then? 17 seconds. It's going to be quite close. Let's see if Julian is into the pit. Julian is into the pit lane just as well. Then very weird camera angle then as we go through here. Is it getting cloudier for me, or is that just is there a bit of rain on the horizon potentially here as well? Then goodness me, we might get some wet weather conditions. As unfortunately for Liam, he's picked up a penalty as well then. So Julian, from the lead of the Grand Prix, opting for a new set of boots, and it's going to be hard compound tyres going on. That away, then he goes there, and well, will he get himself out ahead of his teammate then? Will he get out ahead of Mad Max as well, as the question there? It's going to be close indeed between the kick sabers. That Kaz has taken the lead of the Grand Prix then, and well, he's going to be very close indeed between himself and Mad Max as well. Then Julian's going to get DRS then down the Kemmel Straight, then Liam is into the pit lane as well. Then let's have a look and see what's going to go on here then between the kick saber drivers and the hat of Mad Max. Heading along here then now. So far so good then, and they have held station there for the time being. Then Liam into the pit lane, hard compound tyres going on then for the McLaren. Then where will he filter out is the question then. I think he will be no, won't be just ahead. It will be very close between himself and Justify on the exit here as we round the pit exit as well. Then down the hill, Justify's up to speed. Liam then needs to get the power down as well. Then as Hungry Styles has passed Mushroom then for P9 as well. Then Mushroom and Styles yet to pit as well. Then Marsky passing Housey this time. So Housey now catching up. Then Marsky has done 20 laps on his, or 21 laps on those medium compound tyres. They are going to be very, very difficult to drive at the moment, I would imagine, as Justify has passed Liam with the aid of some DRS as well. Then of course Justify's on older tyres, but Liam just coming out of the pit lane at the wrong angle, well, not wrong angle, but the wrong time. As oh dear, trying to keep that, trying to get that car warmed up. Then those tyres are squealing already. It looks like for McLaren. But trying to get those tyres warmed up then as we go through the rest of this next stint then as well. Can those hard compound tyres get to the end of the Grand Prix is the question then. I'm sure they can, and potentially that's what Ferrari are trying to do then. Same for the Mercedes team as well here. But so far so good. Out in front then, Julian then is trying to get himself back into the lead of the Grand Prix, passing his teammate is going to be the next question. And Mad Max is just outside of that 1 second window that he needs to get the DRS then on the kick salver pair as we head through into La Source then for the 22nd time onto the halfway point of this Grand Prix. My goodness me then. It's been well, it's been a fantastic race so far then, as here comes Julian on the attack this time then for the lead. Can he get himself through then with the aid of the DRS then? That rear wing is going to open wide then as we head onto the Kemmel Straight then, and can he power past then into P1, then back up into P1 I should say. But no, then he stays P2 behind Kaz. Then into the pits comes Marsky, then he's called it a day. Finally, it's been a mammoth stint on those medium compound tyres. Then he has got himself onto the hard compound tyres and motoring along out of the pit lane, and he might just lose out. We've got a yellow flag for someone. I think it might be R2B again then. Goodness me, what's happening to R2B today? I think it might have been R2B, I'm not sure. Marsky out of the pits then in P19, but of course, like I was saying, his fuel light's still on then. That's worrying indeed for Marsky. But yes, like I was saying then, there's still a few more stops to come then for a few drivers ahead of us as well. We expect Kaz is probably doing a 2-stop strategy here then, unless can he eke another 20 laps or so out of these tyres. I'm not sure, then that would be quite a tall order indeed for Kaz, I'm sure. But there we go then. Marquis and Equaz will probably have to make another pit stop as well then. Same for both Ferraris, they're yet to pit. The same for both Mercedes, yet to pit as well then. Justify might have to think about another pit stop as well. Potentially then R2B might have to think about another pit stop as well as Goddard's. So there could be a lot more changing and chopping of the order then still to come in this Grand Prix. And not to mention that we might get some weather because I'm pretty sure it's got greyer than since we started this race there, so we'll wait and see then if that's going to be a factor towards the end of this Grand Prix as well. Then the weather might start to fall, and rain might start to fall, and cause us a few issues then. Mad Max has got himself within the 1 second window of the kick salver pair then as we head up the hill onto the Kemmel Straight. Then Julian is going to try and get himself through then, I'm sure this time then, but Mad Max has got himself into the question as well here as we fly down the Kemmel Straight. Then this time can Julian make the move then into the, oh no, he stays behind again for now, but Kaz then doing a stout defence and as well trying to hold on to that lead of the Grand Prix. It's brought Mad Max back into play here though, and Mad Max is going to be very happy with this. He's now can set his sights and see his sights then potentially for a race win. We'll wait and see how it plays out though. as Tori then is caught up to Ekpaz and Marky. Then we saw around this stage of the race, then that's when the I thought it was starting to rain. That's when we saw the medium compound tyres. The previous stint, I should say. Goodness me. That's when we saw the medium compound tyres start to fade away. Then, didn't they? And now Tori is caught up. He's on much younger hard compound tyres as well. Then he's now caught up to Ekpaz, and well, soon he's not going to catch up to Marky just yet because Marky is 8 seconds up the road. But can he get himself past the Racing Bulls first? Then is his next target. Cam then is coming through then on his hard compound tyres. Legend as well then chasing him down. Then of course Legend has pitted a lap later than Cam, and was following very closely then as well earlier before the pit stop phase. Looks like it'll be P2 in the championship, says Vessia. Well, Mad Max might have something to say about that. I think as well, if Mad Max wins. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, as Julian's gone for the lead this time though into La Source then, so potentially is their teamwork down at Kicksauer then to try and get Kaz back ahead of Julian and protect him from the advancing Mad Max then in that Haas. Then we'll wait and see. Then Julian then, oh dear, as we go over the top of the hill they're going to go side by side, so maybe the teamwork not working very well there as we go through over the crest of the hill. If Kicksauer take themselves out, oh goodness me, Kaz, that was close indeed. If Kicksauer take themselves out, then of course that's great news indeed for Mad Max, because he will be leading the race. Yeah, maybe Kicksauer haven't got the memo then, as Tori has passed Ekpaz now for P5 then on his hard compound tyres, then heading to, you would think, the end of the Grand Prix on those hard compound tyres as well. We'll find out how it all unfolds. But there we go, so far so good. Vintage is caught up now to the Mercedes pair then as we head through onto Sector 2 then on lap 24 of 44 then flying through into Sector 2 then, but Vintage can't get his way past then. Of course now both Mercedes then in the DRS range as well then. Emerson, no it's not Emerson, sorry, it's Liam and Justify having a battle then for P15, and Liam has snuck his way through, and Liam of course is on slightly 10 lap fresher tyres than Justify as it stands, but of course Justify is going to be having, is going to have those the knowledge on those hard compound tyres then to fight back as well. One person can get ahead is Ekpaz as well, so here we are. Well, there we are. Marvsky then, oh no, we've got to change once again then into the bus stop chicane. And Julian's gone for it then. He's taken the lead at an unconventional place, to say that it, well, not so unconventional, but not a DRS zone overtake. As into La Source then, Julian leads the way then onto lap 25 then. The problem with Julian overtaking here then, as we saw earlier, then it's just going to be as Tori sets the fastest lap of the race, then he is sprinting after the podium here, then is Tori. Yes, like I said, the Kicksauers, I'm not sure they are working together, because well, we're going to wait and see now because here comes the Kicksauer of Kaz. Then can he go for the move? No, not quite. Then he's gone purple in sector 1, but unfortunately, he's got a penalty then going over the curves there as well. Then unfortunately for the Kicksauer of Kaz, and that is going to be costly indeed, and that will cost him a place at least to Mad Max as it stands. Then Ekpaz has been passed by his teammate. I think there may be some team orders down at Kicksauer, a Racing Bull, to sort that out as well then, but of course playing the team game there as well. Into the pits comes Mushroom then, medium compound tyres going on that Ferrari as he heads out of the pit lane. P17 for now. But like I said, I think there might be some more pit stops to come then as we go through here. Then Liam and Justify having their battle once again. Then Justify with the DRS is past. Oh, is he? Goodness me. Then you've got to slow that car down. Then Liam, of course, has got more grip than on the fresher hard compound tyres, and he's almost pushing Justify through the corner there. But they get themselves through then. Well done indeed. Goodness me. Vintage then as well chasing down the Mercedes. Of course, the two Mercedes yet to pit then, one Ferrari still yet to pit as well in this race, and well, that's the state of play as it stands then so far then. Marky and Ekpaz might have to think about a pit stop as well sometime soon then. Those medium compound tyres are not going to be at their best shape then, and we've got a pit stop coming for Kaz. So Kaz is into the pits now. He is calling it down the hard compound tyres after 19 laps there for Kaz, and so a very, well, not an early stop, but a reasonable stop. He's going to have to do quite a bit of a stint to the end of this Grand Prix on those medium compound tyres, or a new set of hard compound tyres, whichever he goes for next. Medium compounds going on that Kicksauer as well, and he will be out then in P8. ahead of Hungry Styles. But behind Legend then, but he's got himself out. Has he got himself within the DRS then? It might be close there between the 1 second window, but no, just outside of the 1 second window I think there as well then, but never mind. He has got himself out in P8, so good stuff indeed. I think we had somebody else changing the order as well then. R2 beat us into the pits as well then. Justify and Liam having a fantastic battle. R2 beat then into the pits for the Alpine machine then. As we go down the hill there, Justify has taken the position. But Liam might be thinking about going for the move then, and in the DRS. Oh dear, he's almost into the back as we go up the top of the hill there. Here comes Liam now with the Avison DRS as well, then powering along then in the McLaren. He's got the move done. I think then he's already well ahead as we head into the braking zone now. Good stuff indeed. Well fought then indeed between the two of them. And that battle then has been very good to watch as well. Then Marsky and Daniel then are having a bit of a battle as well into the same place. Then Marsky stays behind for now. Well, of course, the worrying thing for Marsky is that fuel light then that I'm pretty concerned about, to be fair. So I'm hoping, is he going to go diving down the inside? No. Well, Daniel covers it off very nicely indeed. And holds on very well indeed as well then to that position. Brilliant stuff indeed as well from both drivers. So R2 Beat gone for the hard compound tyres here. So he is opting to just crack on in this race there. Who is next then? Legend as well then is trying to target Equaz for that P6 position then. He's got Kaz who's just pitted for the medium compound tyres right behind him now as well then. So Kaz has got those tyres warmed up very quickly indeed. There in the foreground is the Williams of Tory then and Cam in the Racing Bull. And now we've got a gaggle of three heading through into La Source. And all down the inside goes Kaz. Can he make the move this time? It's going to be close indeed then down the hill. Then he has made the move then into the first turn. Hungry Styles is in the pits, as is Housey. And Kaz now is chasing after Equaz as well here. Then, of course, Equaz is not going to have any DRS as we head on to the Kemmel Straight. Then through goes Kaz, and Legend's going to try and follow through as well. Then he is up into P7, and Equaz has lost 2 places on those old medium compound tyres. And there's what's going on there between Legend and Kaz as we head into Sector 2. Mushroom sets the fastest lap of the race. Fair play indeed to the Mushroom. Then Kaz has got himself through. Then Legend then almost, well, he seemed to be driving into the back there. Hungry Styles then has come out of the pit lane just ahead of Mushroom, but Mushroom's got the fastest lap of the race. So that's odd, but never mind. Then Mushroom then is going to chase down his teammate next as well. Then into the pits comes Housey as well, and out in P18 on the freshest rubber of the field. And away we go. Here comes Marsky this time on the attack, this time to try and get himself past Daniel. Can he get himself through this time? It's going to be close on the brakes. Oh, Daniel almost into the side then of the Red Bull then, but they've got themselves through unscathed just about then. Now we've got Housey for company as well as we go through into Sector 2. Where's he going? He's going somewhere else. As we go through into Sector 2 now, Housey then is caught up on his fresher medium compound tyres. So there we are. Right. Still pit stops to come, I think, then, for Vintage, for Venom, for Equaz, for Marky, who is into the pits now, potentially for Mad Max, and for Justify as well. We'll wait and see how that plays out then. If they can get those tyres for the Grand Prix, it will be a fantastic stint indeed. Into the pits comes Marky then. Kaz has set the fastest lap of the race. And Equaz also in the pit lane as well then. So it's medium compound tyres going on the Williams end. He's going to come out, where will he come out then? In P7. Equaz also in the pit lane. The question is for Equaz, can he get himself out ahead of Venom? Venom staying out again then in the Mercedes, and he's done 27 laps on his hard compound tyres now. And what's happened here? Oh, he's teleported. It's going to be close indeed then between the two coming out of the pits. Sorry, the one coming out of the pit then, and the two coming round the first turn there as well. Then there they are in the background. Then Venom. Then is he going to be within that 1 second then of Equaz? Then I don't think so. So he's going to have to fight off Vintage, and of course Vintage on the medium compound tyre as well here. Check the car. Is that a reference? Marky's got a penalty. Goodness me. Right then, as Vintage is through, and oh god, that's close indeed, through the chicane then, Vintage up into P9, and Venom then I think on those hard compound tyres starting to struggle there as well then. Check the car then, says Vesio. I'm not sure which car you're checking, but check all of them. Why not? They're all going to be weighed after the race. I'm going to go over there to Spa and start weighing the cars. Right, Housey's past Daniel then for P17, and now he's got Marsky as his next target then as well. Then Mushroom has caught up to Justify. Then Hungry Styles has already got himself past the Red Bull, I think. Liam then is chasing after Emerson as well then, so Liam and Emerson are going to be in a bit of a fight as well there, but of course they have got 2 more places to gain, I'm sure, potentially more places to gain as well then, depending on how the pit stops evolve. Check the car, check the Sauber then, check the Sauber. Which Sauber do you want me to check? Kaz, we're checking you, because he's now in a fight then for the final podium place as it stands, with Cam and with Tori as well as we go down the hill. Let's have a look and see how this is going to unfold as we head up the hill then and into the Camel Straight then for the 29th time. Kaz then on the attack then. Can he get himself past both of them down this straight? Then it's going to be close indeed then. Cam trying to get himself through as well then. Kaz then, is anybody going to make a move then? Kaz has pushed Cam off the circuit there, and Cam's got a penalty for that as well then. Kaz has gone through. Well, there's going to be some investigations with that one then, unfortunately, but there we go. Make sure you get your race director for that one, Cam, because that's going to be removed. I can tell you that already then. He has let Cam go back through. But again, the penalty can be removed after the race. Legend then in P6 and slowly catching up as well. Then Markey and Ekraz on fresh medium compound tyres. Then how quickly and how far can they gain then in this race? Then Vintage, I think, might have to be thinking about a pit stop then towards the end of this Grand Prix. Venom yet to make a pit stop in this Grand Prix. He's now been caught by Liam and Emerson as well. Then Liam has got himself past Emerson as well there. And Hungry Styles has caught up to this fight as well then. So there's going to be a bit of a queue forming behind the Mercedes of oh dear, Styles then is pushing Emerson down the hill. There's going to be a bit of a queue forming behind the currently P10 Ruthless Venom because he's yet to pit in this Grand Prix. Styles going a bit wide, that could be a warning then. Mushroom and Justified going to be playing catch up as well then into this battle for the top 10 as it stands. Right then. So Cam then is now, well, it's status quo really because it's all resumed as it was before, well, Cam's got a penalty then, which will be removed after the race, so long as he can provide his race director. But that will be all good. Liam and Venom, then this time Liam has got himself through and up into P10. Venom then is going to push him through Blanchemont here, then fantastic. So long as they can keep it safe and sound, then into the braking zone as well. Then good stuff indeed. Then Venom then is still stayed out, so his car is going to go pop at some point. Then Vintage is in the pit lane. Vintage has made 2 stops before Venom's made 1 yet. So there we go. Then Vintage in the box for McLaren. Then it's going to be high compound tyres going on. Then Cam and Kaz this time have switched places. Then I think that was legal. I didn't see it, but this time I think it was legal. So Kaz then up into P4 now. And chasing after Tori then for the podium place, the final podium place as it stands. And evening, gents, from Stephen Anthony then. Good evening to yourself, sir. Then Julian in that car is always in P1, even with Kieran. I don't know, it'd be a pretty interesting fight to see that, to be fair. I think it's going to be an interesting fight between the two of them. Of course, Kaz is on a different strategy to Julian as well then. So Kaz and Julian then, as Mushroom has passed the Emerson there, or the Mushroom has passed the Emerson for P12 as it stands. And there's somebody else to switch places then. I think Housey has snuck through into P15, passing Marvsky there as well. There's all sorts of moves being made as we go through into lap 30 then of 44 then. We've got ourselves through the first third of the race. And here comes Kaz, and here comes Cam, and here comes Tori as well then as we head through into the bus stop chicane. Then this could get messy indeed. Hopefully it doesn't, as they get it slowed down. Where's Tori gone? Where's Tori gone? Then he's disappeared off the circuit then. Tori's got a 3-second round to cut in the corner. And unlike unless there was contact there, but I didn't see any. Unlike Cam's penalty, then that oh god, Cam then sliding the car through the source. Unlike Cam's penalty, then I don't think that penalty will be able to be removed for Tori then, but he can just he can soldier on. Then he's still going to keep the place then to Kaz because of course Kaz has got more penalties. Although Kaz then with the aid from DRS might be looking to make a move then for that P3 position now, heading on to the Camel Straight here. Then yes, he's breezing through. Or is he? Oh, goodness me. How do you still make contact when you're going through a straight? It's beyond me. But there we go. Marky then up into P6 then has passed Legend for that position as well. And heading to intersect 2 into P6 as well then, of course. There's quite a few penalties ahead of Legend. So potentially Legend could make up some more places as we go through this Grand Prix. Lap 31 is underway. There we are. Fantastic. Right then, as we go through, Pouillon now, Tory then in P4, Cam in P5 then. Unfortunately that penalty will be removed for Cam then, because that was, yes, unnecessary. And he did even lose the position, to be fair, on the exit. Mushroom is not losing positions, he's gaining positions then. Venom's yet to pit in this Grand Prix, and he is causing the roadblock there as well then. Mushroom up into P11. Emerson next to try his luck as well then. Justify in the fight as well then. How's he going to be bringing himself into this one? Goddard's is into the pit lane. Onto a new set of medium compound tyres, and back out and underway then is Goddard's, and fair play indeed for Goddard's. And he's not had his not had the best race though, of course. He's in the Aston Martin then, which of course was the only car available then for the reserve driver as well then. So hopefully he doesn't take it to heart then. He's done a fantastic job then in that Aston Martin as well then, because of course we try and match the reserves based on pace, but of course if there's only certain cars available, we can only put them in that car as well then. As Mushroom then on a charge, then charging after Liam now for that P10 position. Then he's got to try and charge after his teammate as well as his next target. Out in front, we've got this battle here brewing then as well. Then Kaz has got himself a 2-second gap now, but Cam and Tory have been caught by Markey in the Williams now, so his teammate is bringing up the rear gunner then, and there's a front gunner for Williams now as we head through towards oh dear, what's going to go on here? Good stuff. Into the pits comes Venom then for the first time in this race then. Fantastic. 32 laps I think that was on the hard compound tyre then. Fair play indeed. Those tyres must be absolutely horrible, I know. But medium compound tyres going on then. He's going to come out of the pit lane behind R2 Beat, I think, yeah. Quite close between himself and R2 Beat as we go through, but I think the Alpine will get past, and there we go then, heading through now into the first couple of turns. Right then, Julian needs away by 8 seconds now. The gap has come down then previously, it was quite bigger, but of course Mad Max might be having to coax those tyres to the end of the Grand Prix. Then he might be under pressure from Kaz towards the end of this race. Then Kaz needs to try and find 8 seconds though somewhere to get himself up into P2. Then 3 seconds back is Tory, then under pressure from Cam and his teammate Markey as well. Then Markey is fighting for some big points as well. Then Legend is being brought into the battle as well potentially here. Equaz in P8 then for the time being, in a bit of no man's land for now then is Equaz, but he is holding on for some good points as well. Then Hungry Styles up into P9. Liam then is dropped out of the DRS then of Hungry Styles then, and that could open the door potentially for Mushroom to make a move for that P10 position soon. Emerson Hilton holding on to P12 as well. Then he's been caught up by the Red Bull of Justify then, but Justify's on much older tyres out here, so it is not all done and dusted just yet then for Justify and for Emerson I should say. As we go down the hill then, this group of cars then, this trio is getting closer and closer before they enter the Kemmel Straight now, and heading on to that Kemmel Straight we go. Let's ride on board and let's have a look. Let's have a look and see. Is there going to be any moves then as we go through into the chicane once again? Then they stay as they were as they entered the Kemmel Straight as well then, so it's all status quo then. Legend then is 1.9 seconds back then for the time being, then potentially Legend can make up some places. Then we'll have a look at the penalty situation in just a jiffy. But there we are then, here comes Mushroom now. Mushroom looking for P10 then. It was a bit of a squirrely turn, a squirrely exit out of the top of the hill then, but now can he make the move then with the aid of some DRS then? And oh goodness me, you can't do too many moves then, Liam. As we go into the chicane, there's contact there then. Was Mushroom alongside then? We don't know. I can't see then as well. Then the Mushroom then trying to recover. The car then has come back on then ahead of Justify there as well. Then, but he's out then, out in down to P12 I should say. Goodness me. But now back in the fight then with Emerson and Justify as well here. So. Well, the question will be down to the stewards on that one there, of course. We'll wait and see. Then I will not say any word about it. Legend has caught up now. He's now within the DRS range of the quartet now, isn't it? As we go through into the bus stop chicane, then here comes Markey trying to go around the outside into the braking zone here. Then Tory holds on then, and are the Williams trying to work together to try and get Markey through here is the question. We're not sure. Then here comes Markey on the attack now. He's got the battery to burn. Then can he get himself down the inside into La Source on the Racing Bull of Cam? Then Cam's going to fight round the outside here. Then it's going to be close indeed between the two of them on the exit. Then but Markey sneaks through with the traction on the medium compound tyre and up into P5. Fantastic. Goodness me. There's a lot of battling going on out there as well. Then here comes Cam on the attack once again. Then can he fight back? Then oh my God, onto the straight. Then Cam and Marky. Then what has gone on there? That was horrific to say the least. Marky is recovering the car then, and Cam then has been able to carry on as well then. But what the hell has happened there then between Marky and Cam? And as we go through, well, it's the sort of racing where you don't want to. I can't say anything about that then, as Marky's gone off the circuit. And got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting as well then. So unfortunately we can't do anything about that one there. But to be fair, Marky's race is not run then. It's there's still 10 laps to go then, and potentially, well, there is still points on the board for Marky then as well. Then it's not all done and dusted just yet. But yeah, I think that will be looked at after the race as well then. Fantastic. So all the incidents starting to pile up now. Brilliant stuff indeed. Right then, out in front, Julian has got a lead of 10 seconds then over Mad Max. Then Mad Max in a great job then up into P2. Then Kaz in P3. More yellow flags. Mark is off the circuit at Pouillon. Sorry, Kaz in P3. Tory then in P4 then is being chased down by Cam now, and Legend as well then in P6. Then Legend's got himself into the fight for a potential podium place depending on the penalties. We'll have a look at those then very shortly. Marky then trying to get himself back to the pit lane. Now Henry Styles then is cracking on there in P10. Then Liam in P10 is cruising along very nicely indeed as well. Emerson then in P11. Then Mushroom in P12. Then Housy's got himself past Justify into P13, and now chasing after Mushroom, chasing after Emerson as well then for the next position. This battle going to carry on then. Mark going to have to pit then in this race then and get himself a new front wing on that Williams car. Then we'll wait and see. Hopefully get that car serviced. Then he will lose only he's got a 10-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane as well then for Marky. And out of the Grand Prix is Marky as well then. Goodness me. Cam passes Tory for P4. Up into P4 now goes Cam. Marky out of the race. The first retirement of this Grand Prix on lap 35 then. It's a bit of a shame that we couldn't get all 20 drivers to the end of the Grand Prix in this one, because they've done 35 laps of brilliant racing then out there. That will gain a place then for a few drivers as well then that they will be very happy with, I'm sure, as we go through the rest of this Grand Prix then, soon to be the end of this Grand Prix, and we're on lap 35 then, soon to be lap 36. So we are getting through this pretty quick indeed. As there we are, as Mushroom and Emerson are having a battle. Then Emerson trying to go round the outside of the Ferrari, then into the chicane. Up into P10 goes the Alpine machine. Good stuff indeed. Oh my goodness, I'm getting too old for this. That's an understatement. Tory then has lost out. Has he lost out to the DRS then of Cam? Then that could be problematic indeed for the Williams drivers. We head through Blanchimont now, then on to lap 36 of 44. Then Cam then is trying to stretch away then, and I think Tory is just about caught back up. Then we're kept within that 1 second window at least to use the DRS along this mini straight or the main straight. As Daniel picks up a penalty, unfortunately, of Daniel there. Fair play indeed, though. Again, similar to Goddard's as well, then both Aston Martins then have been just put into the Aston Martin because that was the only available car then, and they've been putting on a good shift indeed then, even though they probably aren't matched there to the Aston Martin in terms of the pace as well then, but fair play indeed for soldiering on in this race as well then. 19 drivers remain as we head on to lap 36, and Cam then is under pressure from Tory then as well. Then Legend's coming at him as well then in the Haas. Then Legend has no penalties. We said we were going to look at the penalties, didn't we? But we haven't. 6 seconds then for Kaz, then 3 for Cam, 3 for Tory. Then that would promote Legend up into, well, it could almost be a podium place there actually, but it's just a few tenths away there from a podium place as it stands. 6 for Liam, then that would cost him a place potentially to Emerson and Serious Mushroom and maybe even Housey as well, then as it stands as well, but it would still be in the points paying positions. Marvsky with 3 seconds, that won't cost him anything as well. Then Venom's got 12 seconds, that will cost him a place to Daniel and Vintage. Vintage is going to try and pass Daniel, who's got 6 seconds, and R2 Beat's got 3 seconds as well. That won't cost him a place as it stands. And there we are. There we are. There's the parish notices as well, done and dusted then, as Tory then is harvesting battery then through the second sector then. I think trying to get himself back in contention here with Cam as well then onto the kennel, onto the back straight, I should say, goodness me, into Blanchimont. But there we are then. Tory then and Legend. Then this fight's going to go on, I think, to the end of the Grand Prix. Then out in front, the gap's not coming down anymore. It's coming up as Julian leads the way then very comfortably indeed. Then in that kick salvo, then 12 seconds the gap there. Mad Max in P2 then is going to be under pressure from Kaz. Then if Kaz can keep those tyres alive for another few laps, then can he catch and pass the Haas then for P2 then on track? That is, penalties might be a problem for him later on as they cross the line there. We'll wait and see. As down the hill we go then on lap 37 of 44, then flying up the hill now we go as Tory and Legend. They're not close enough to try and make a move, I don't think. And potentially Tory then, can he make that move now then with the aid from DRS then into sector 2? He's closing. And Cam's going to be under pressure then into the braking zone. They go side by side then. Oh, there's contact between the two of them there as well. Then Legend's going to come through. Oh my goodness me, they're all over the place then, both of them. And Legend almost got collected with that. Oh God, what's happened there then? Oh no, even more issues it seems there. Tory has let Cam go through, I think, has he? Or I'm not sure what's going on there, to be honest, but they've sorted themselves out. So there we are. Cam up into P4 now. But they lost a bit of time there to Kaz. Well, Kaz, to be fair, was on the medium compact tyres, and he is powering along then very nicely indeed. Then can he get that gap then to Mad Max? Can he get himself into P2 on track as well? Then we'll wait and see. Then penalties will be very costly indeed as we get to the final lap as well there. But we're not there just yet then, so that anything could still happen in this Grand Prix as we've got Vintage passing Daniel then into sector 2, then up into, oh God, there's more contact I think there between the McLaren and the Aston Martin there. The McLaren has got himself through up into P16 now as well, chasing down the final points paying position. Technically Vintage is already in the points with Venom's penalties. Potentially if he can get himself closer, then he could jump Marvsky as well. Then we'll wait and see. But as we go on to lap 38, we've still got a massive battle there going on for P4 as it stands. Legend, Tory and Cam as we go into La Source. But well, the question is then who is going to claim the position then at the end of this one? Then Tory and Legend have got 1 lap younger tyres than Cam, but I don't think it'll make too much of a difference towards the end of this race. I'm sure all the tyres will feel horrible as we go through. Then Legend trying to make the move. Then can he make his way through and up into P5? Then he can. I think he can. I think he can. I think he has. Good stuff indeed. So Legend up into P5 now. Oh dear, Tory's coming back at him though as we go through the rest of the chicane around the outside. That's going to be tight indeed then, but Legend just about sneaks through and holds on to P5 as well there. Goodness me. I guess I'm going to be very glad in this one, so I'm running out of breath. Well, to be fair, I was running out of breath from lap 1, but that's nothing new. But there we are then as we go through the rest of this race. Then Emerson under pressure now from Serious Mushroom, and Housy's all over the back of them too as we go along the Kemmel straight. Then here comes Housy. Can he shake for a move then down the inside? No, not quite then. Mushroom can't get past the Alpine. We head into sector 2 now as well then. So there we are, and Justify is going to have to do quite a big stint as well. Then R2 beat has passed Daniel then for P17 and up into the almost into podium places, into the points paying positions. And of course with the penalty situation for drivers ahead of him as well. Then so it's not all over for R2 beat to score some points here in this race tonight as well. Then Emerson holding on for that P10 at the moment as it stands. Then Mushroom and Housy need to keep applying the pressure and then get themselves through. Then here comes Housy down the inside. No, I thought he was going to go for it there, but he didn't. He backed out of it just at the last moment in time there as well. Then Justify is actually catching up to this pack as well then, because he's on old tyres, but he's doing a good job there. He's Justify. He's got full battery as well then. My goodness me. No, he is using it, but he's got a full battery as Justify, so that is going to be quite useful indeed then for the Red Bull to try and play a bit of catch-up. Then Legend has lost out to the DRS of Cam then somewhere, so what's happened there as well? Then some sort of other issue going on then down at Haas as well. Then we'll wait and see. Then can Tory get himself back past then into sector 2 this time? Then he's too far back to make the move there, but of course I think well, they'll be closing in, I'm sure, as they go through into lap 39. Then 5 laps to go then at the end of this one. Then we have been storming through this Grand Prix, to be fair as well. It's been absolutely fantastic from all the drivers involved as well. So well done indeed. As there we go then, Emerson and Mushroom then once again resuming their battle for P10 then. Here comes the Mushroom over the crest of the hill then. He's right on the gearbox end of the Alpine as we head onto the Camel straight this time. And Mushroom then, surely can he make the move then with the aid of some DRS then into sector 2. Then he's got the outside line then. Emerson's going to fight it, but there's contact between the two of them there. Then Emerson's gone round then, and 3-second penalty as well. Then Emerson is trying to get himself back on. Then Justified snuck through for P12 as well there. Goodness me. And I'm sure Ayrton will be very unhappy with Mushroom on that one, but there we go. So, there we are. Right, I'm not going to say too much. Tory then, and Legend's just outside of that 1 second window then, so Cam then has either got his foot down, or Legends had a bit of an issue then, because they were very close together indeed, weren't they, after Legend made the pass then for P5 then, but he has dropped out of that 1 second window for now, which is going to be costly indeed, because Tory might be making that position then back up then on the hash driver then in the next few laps or so. We've only got a few laps to go, to be fair. So it is not all done and dusted just yet. Then what's that? Oh, then Mushroom is with Emerson at contact with Mushroom then. So both of them are not going to be sending their Christmas cards to each other then at the end of this year. Emerson trying to get himself back in contention then with Justify. Then he's got what has he got then? A 9-lap younger tyres than the Red Bull ahead of him. He has got 2-lap older tyres than the Red Bull behind him now as well. So it is a mix of the Red Bulls then, or a sandwich of the Red Bulls as we go through here. But catching up then as well then in this phase of the race as well there. Housie and Mushroom then are having a fight for P10 as it stands as we go over the crest of the hill down. The Tory's not there's nowhere near the DRS zone actually, because he's going through sector 2, but he's right behind Legend for the time being as well. At the moment we go through then. Has Cam got any other penalties then? No, he hasn't actually, because that 3 second could get removed from the contact with Kaz then, so potentially as Emerson and Housie's making the move then down the inside. He's got the position, sorry, I should say, up at P10. Marsky passes Emerson for P13. But there we go. So as we crack on, Justify then as well then is holding on to a good points as well then, as it stands for Red Bull. And then the question is, can those tyres hold on? Is the other situation we're in then for Red Bull, because he's done almost 30 laps and he's going to have to do another few more laps as well then as we cross through into lap 41. Venom picks up another penalty, unfortunately. That's going to demote him off the points paying positions, unfortunately, for Venom then, but fair play indeed. Soldiering on as well in this race then. Kaz has caught up to Mad Max here with the aid of the DRS. I think he's going to make that move for P2. The problem for Kaz, I should say, is the penalty situation there, as he has got 6 seconds of penalties, I believe. So that will be added on to his race time at the end of the Grand Prix. The question is, can he find 6 seconds then in the next 3.5 laps or so? Well, if anyone Kaz can, so we'll wait and see. Tory can't get past Legend again, then on the Camel Straight, then once again stuck in P6 for now. Where is the next battle then? Housie and Mushroom. Then Mushroom trying to hold on. Then Justify has got himself, well, he can't get himself in that DRS then. He's now got himself into a fight with his teammate as well for that P12 position. Emerson under pressure now from Venom as we go down the hill, as we head through then into lap 41 then of 44. Goodness me, I couldn't quite tell. So we head up the hill now then. Eau Rouge and Radion complete for the 41st time then. Venom then trying to go around the longer route then with the aid of some DRS, then will power along as well up into P14 and take their position away, as both the Red Bulls just ahead are fighting then into sector 2. Then Marsky gets himself through and passing Justify. Justify's on much older tyres here, and to be fair for Marsky then, he's only got 3 seconds. If Justify can hold up the pack behind, potentially Marsky could get some good points for Red Bull as well then, and get himself a bit of a gap then between his teammate and the rest of the field behind him as well then. Having said that, both Venom and Emerson have penalties, so maybe Justify wants to just hold on and get that P12 back at the end of the Grand Prix as lap 42 is underway then. Kaz has got himself a 1 second gap over Mad Max then, I think. Oh, it might just be enough to keep him out of the DRS then as well. Then heading along this Camel Straight now, then Kaz then has got himself the 1 second gap now, at least the aid of the straight line speed. will help Mad Max then to get himself back in that window, but of course no DRS then for the rest of this lap then until they get on to lap 43. Here comes Tory then lining up a move. This time I think again he's a bit too far back as we head into sector 2 then for the 42nd time. Not quite then for Tory then at this stage of the race then. Liam then doing a great job then. He's currently P9 then. I don't know how many penalties he's got. 6 seconds. That wouldn't cost him a place as it stands. So Liam is looking good then for that P9 position. Let's have a look and see what's going on with position changes as well, then, shall we? Hungry Stars has gained 10 places, I should say, up to P8 then. Fantastic from Hungry Stars. Serious Mushroom has gained 8 places then, potentially some more with the penalty situations as well about there. Liam's gained 2 places as well then. House's gained 6 places then. Godos has gained a place. Daniel is back in the pit lane. So potentially going for a fastest lap point then for the Aston Martin team there. Cam's up 6 places as well then, but of course the penalties, oh no, I should say the penalty situation as Venom has snuck past Justify there into P13 then. Of course Justify's on much older tyres as well. Then Daniel into the pit lane. Is he going to come out just ahead of the leaders then, or is he going to get lapped there by Julian as well? Then wait and see. And Julian has lapped the Aston Martin then, but of course Daniel might have some DRS to unlap himself now on this lap. We'll wait and see then. Lap 43 underway. The penultimate lap of the Grand Prix is underway then as Daniel goes through. I don't think he's got the DRS unfortunately there on the race leader, I should say, as Vintage now chasing after R2 Beat for that P16. Emerson holding on then for P15 as it stands as well. The Justify has been passed by Venom. Now Venom trying to make his way through and get himself into the mix then. Marks has got a penalty as well there, and that could be costly indeed for himself and Justify in terms of the positions, that is. We'll wait and see how it all plays out then. Out in front then, the gap 17 seconds then between Julian and Kaz. That's the Aston Martin of Daniel just getting out of the way, I think, there. Mad Max 1.7 seconds behind then. The gap is not going to be big enough then for Kaz to hold on. Then he needs to find 6 seconds on Mad Max somewhere in this race to get the positions back then as well. Then, but he's now 2 seconds behind then. I'm sure Kaz is pushing as hard as he can to try and hold on then to that P2 position on track then after the penalties there. But he's going to have to find 4 seconds on the final lap there, which is going to be a tall order to say the least. As we head through Puyon now, then Tory is still chasing after Legend as well here then. But so far it's status quo then. Here comes Marvsky on the attack then, passing Mushroom then for P11. As it stands then, of course, penalty situations will be reversed after the classification is added, well, after they've been added to the classification, I should say. Emerson and Justify are having a battle as well then, goodness me. And that was for P14 then. Justify then is on much older hard compound tyres, so he is going to be struggling then on this final lap to get to the end of the Grand Prix, or penultimate lap for those guys. Then Julian has just started the final lap of the race here as well. Then Daniel then is going to try and unlap himself, I think, there, because he's got the DRS then on the Kicksauber, and he has unlapped himself now. And pushing through then into sector 2 then for potentially the final time then. Well, it is the final time then for Julian, because of course he is on the final lap then. Daniel might be having to do one more lap as well at this rate. So wait and see then how that fares, if you can get that fastest lap point as well then for the Aston Martin team. As here we go then through the final lap then. We'll come back to Julian because we've got quite a long lap around here. Then can Tory make the move for P5 on track? And then we'll wait and see, as he's got the Aderson DRS then down this Kemmel straight then once again for the final time there, but he can't quite make the move stick unfortunately, and he stays in P6. He did get quite close. Marvsky entering the final lap as well then. Can he chase Housley down for that final P10 position then on track, that is, because again penalty situation for Marvsky is not looking too good. Then he's got 3 seconds to his name, I think, so it's not looking amazing, but there we go. Goodness me, Venom's having an issue out of the final corner. Now the first corner, I should say, as here comes Marvsky on the attack now then. Can he get that P10 position on track then as well then? Can he find 3 seconds on the final lap as well then? Liam's got a penalty that could be costly. No, I don't think it will be costly actually, as here comes Marvsky then powering through and up into P10. Then he makes the move then, and he gets that position then heading through into the final sector. I've missed it completely. Julian has won the Belgian Grand Prix then. What a race then from Julian then. A fantastic result there indeed then for the Kicksauber reserve then, jumping in to the seat then at the last minute as well then. He got himself the call up as well there. But Julian claims victory here in Spa then. Fantastic result then from Julian then. What a race for the Green Machine there as well. And congratulations then on his first 100% appearance then in ALR. Then he gets a race win. Mad Max then finishes P2 then. Well done indeed to Mad Max then as well. Then of course he got himself through then on a mammoth stint then. 30 laps then on the hard compound tyres for Mad Max there. What a result then from the Haas driver then. Splitting the two kick Saubers as well then. Brilliant stuff indeed then for Mad Max then on to the podium places. Kaz rounds off the podium in the other Kick Sauber then. It's a 1-3 for Kick Sauber tonight then. Kaz with a fantastic drive then, a two-stop strategy then. It didn't work out, I don't think, as he would prefer then, but he got himself a podium nonetheless then. Great result indeed then from Kaz. Well done indeed then. Dub says Kieran, then Sauber domination continues. It does. Legend then in P4, and then I think Cam might have that penalty revoked as Kaz has left the session there. Good stuff indeed. Legend will have that penalty, Cam will have that penalty revoked, so he will be P4, Legend P5, Tory P6, Ekraz P7, Hungry Styles P8, then Liam in P9, Mushroom P10, then Marsky P11, Housey P12, Justify P13, Emerson P14, Vintage P15, RTB P16, Venom P17, Daniel then and Goddard's P18. No, I don't know. Whatever. So yeah. Anyway, Daniel then crosses the line to round us off here in Belgium. Then fantastic stuff indeed. Thank you very much for everybody for putting on a fantastic show. Sorry, I left as much room as I could, says Mushroom. Then Emerson is not going to send you a Christmas card anymore. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Emerson can report that and get you in trouble now, but I'm sure it'll be fine. There we go then. There is the podium celebrations there for our Kick Saubers. Oh no, we've got Hasses, 2 Hasses on the podium there, but that is unfortunately incorrect. Kaz then was the third podium sitter then with Mad Max in P2 then, and of course our race winner Julian tonight. So there we go. I was the victim, says Mushroom there. Good stuff. Right. Right. Okay. Fantastic then. Well done indeed, everyone. Was my bad, Mushroom, said Emerson. And so there you go, Mushroom. You can send me a Christmas card now. It's all good in the hood. There's the podium celebrations underway then. We will get a quick view then of the classification if we can. Then I need to get a screenshot of this so I can remember what happened in the race. And of course, Kaz did finish in P3 in the race as well, so he will be added back up there basically afterwards. But there we go. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Well done indeed, everyone. Then Handsome Viet Mushy driver of the day then as well. Then I think he does get driver of the day. Him and both Ferraris then did a good job then, didn't they? But well done indeed then to everyone who got themselves to the checkered flag then. Congratulations then to our race winner then of Julian then, and of course our P2 of Mad Max and our P3 of Kaz Van Zon. That'll be it then for ALR tonight then. We'll be back in action tomorrow then in Austria for gold, and then of course on Monday for gold, and then on Tuesday for silver, and then of course bronze on Wednesday. Before we're back in action then in the 100% league in a week's time. So see you then.